it's on here, and I'm starting this new segment on my YouTube channel called The Young Career Hustle. Now this segment is mainly because I've had a lot of younger followers and a lot of younger family members who have inquired about working in the digital media industry, and I have been in it since 2013. So I just want to share some of the information just to make this easier for them. This particular video is going to focus on how to land an internship. So I'm going to give you 3 quick tips on how to land an internship. So tip number 1, make sure you research the industry that you want to get into. So now in entertainment, when you first going into college, there are so many different pockets that you can go into. So you want to research all of them. Figure out if you want to work in radio, if you want to work in television, if you want to work in live production, or, you know, if you want to work for a huge tech company to some capacity. So what you want to do is research the people that work in these companies, research the top tier companies, understand the industry that you want to go into inside and out. Because when you start going on interviews, people are going to ask you questions. When you start networking, people are going to ask you questions. And one of the biggest things they're going to ask you is, what do you want to do? And if you don't know, it's going to be difficult for them to help you. So not only should you research the companies, research the job you think you want. Think about the things that you like doing and research those jobs. One of the ways you can actually do that, maybe pretend as if you just graduated college and go into Indeed or any sort of job search application and just type in whatever role that you see yourself doing in the future. In the job description, look and see exactly what they need that person to accomplish, or the requirements of that job. Look at the job requirements and then figure out what you need to do to attain each of those bullet points. Now research a few of those roles to figure out what you need in each one of those bullet points. Because once you do that, while you're in school, you can find a way to make sure that you're attaining those skills. You can find internships that give you those qualities that you need to step into that role. So the biggest thing that you need to do overall is research, because research will always take care of you and help you understand the industry in full. Step number 2, build out a resume. And when I say resume, I mean a series of resumes. I think the biggest misconception is that people think you need to walk around with one good resume. And in reality, the way the market is, especially in New York City or Los Angeles, when you're competing with people around the world coming into that industry, you need to make sure that each resume is catered to the exact job that you're applying for. So that means going back into those job descriptions, going back into that internship description, and figuring out what those bullet points need, and making sure that in your resume, you've shown how you've done those roles, or you've handled the similar responsibilities, because they want somebody who's going to fit that role. And when recruiters are looking, or when production managers are hiring, or whatever the case is, they want to see that you've done something of substance, you know? So make sure that you are building out the ideal resume and have a lot of people look at it, because you don't want any errors. The worst thing that could happen is that the reason you don't get the internship is because you have an error on your resume. Don't let that happen to you, okay? And lastly, for step number 3, it's very important for you to build out your portfolio. And I know a lot of you guys may say, I have a digital portfolio, I have a website. But when you're going into an interview and you might not have your iPad, you might not have your phone, or, you know, it might be more visually appeasing for you to just kind of bring out a binder of some sort of the different works that you've completed, different projects that you've been a part of. And I know you're probably sitting in college thinking, but I haven't did anything. What can I add to my portfolio? I'm here to tell you, you're probably in a community that's looking to hire people for freelance on weekends, you know? Or you might be at a school that has a radio show or a newspaper. Get into those things, you know? In your community, see if there's any weekend gigs, production gigs, or radio gigs that you can assist with, you know, just as a temp, you know. And once you do that, you'll be building different projects within your portfolio. Keep the program, keep the flyer, make sure you maintain the role, and make sure you lay out a story about what you've done that caters to the exact internship that you're looking to get. So those are my overall 3 tips. If you have any questions about some of the things I've discussed, please reach out to me, email me, message me, whatever you need. What I plan on doing is kind of creating different videos for each thing that I've kind of spoken about, because I know some people may be confused, especially if you're just starting out in school, especially if you are here in New York City trying to get your hustle on. So I am going to make some breakout videos probably this week or next week so that you can watch. So please stay tuned. There will be more information where this comes from. And if you're interested to know anything about my history, you could look me up on LinkedIn. That's on ANNEV as in violin, .Edouard. EDOUARD. Look me up on LinkedIn. If you have any questions about anything I've done in my career so far, please reach out to me. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel, and I will be sure to do whatever you need. This is especially for my young students out there. Please reach out. I'm willing to help in any way possible. Take care. Bye.